Some Corvette enthusiasts feel that the last Corvette was really the 1967 Stingray. That the years following, from 68 through 82, there was no 83, but 84 through 96, were basically generations lost.
Do you know where the wild things go? They go on to take your knee. Bring down our sleep, build a breakfast, now let's eat more love, more love.
I believe the pinnacle car, in my viewpoint, is the 63 split window. That's the one I lusted after back in the late 60s, when it would come in and I would fill it up with gasoline, and I would see it drive off into the sunset, and forever passioned and lusted after that Stingray Corvette with the split down the rear window. Currently, we have a very special 63 that has just been unearthed after 40 years, owned by the same couple here in Southern California. In fact, the car pictured alongside of me is that particular 63 split window that we just recently found last year, which happens to be a race car, and the car was raced significantly here in the 1963 year when it raced at tracks like Santa Barbara, Del Mar, Dodger Stadium, Pomona. The car is referred to as 7-Eleven. Why? The guy was a gambler. His name was Gary Pickens. He was quite the driver at the time and raced against factory Porsche, Ferrari, and Cobra. Did quite well. The 7-Eleven was, I guess, his lucky number. He was quite the guy behind the steering wheel. First of all, Gary Pickens drove, I believe, a 1957 Corvette prior to the Stingray coming out. Once the new car debuted, August of '62, Gary Pickens knew that he had to be behind the wheel of that car. Fuel injection system was offered with 360 horsepower. The split window, the iconic split window. At the time, it was just a car with a burdensome blind spot behind the rearview mirror. But today we know differently. The car's aerodynamics was so far superior to the early C1 Corvettes. The added horsepower, but most significantly, the independent rear suspension that the 63 Corvette offered was the first time in history that a Corvette finally had four-wheel independent suspension. Coupled with that, with a driver of his capabilities, and you had a contender finally that could match up with the Cobras and the Ferraris on the track. We're still having a lot of fun with this car. We have a quite hectic show campaign coming up. We just finished La Jolla. We're off to the Greystone Mansion in Beverly Hills. From there we go to the NCRS regional event in Lake Tahoe to compete for the American Heritage Award.
Was it worth the effort?
Was it worth the effort? I guess we'll have to wait and see. But even up to this point, it was worth the effort for me because of what my peers are saying around the country. Where did you find the car? How did you find the car? Some of them have even mentioned to me that they've been searching for the car for a number of years. Nobody knew where the car was. And a simple swap meet brings the car full circle, 2,000 miles away, back to Southern California. And here it is, you know, a year later, fully restored and bringing back the memories of the glory days of racing from the 1960s.